Being yourself sounds like it should be very straightforward, and yet the reality is, for the majority of us, it is anything but. I mean, from the day we're born, we are given very powerful messages and conditioning about who it is that we need to be in order to have our needs met and in order to be approved of, in order to be accepted. And consequently, we conform. We become who we need to be in order to survive. And this is particularly applicable when we grow up in environments where there's not a lot of acceptance, where we are abused or neglected, where we're shamed, where we feel like as if we're inadequate in some way, or where our needs weren't met. We kind of internalize this message that we're not worthy of our needs being met the way we are. And so we mutate to what it is we think other people require of us. And we can spend a lifetime changing and altering and creating new versions of a false self in order to try and fit in. And all of that time feel completely adrift, can feel like as if something isn't right because we're not being true to ourselves. We're not being authentic. We're not tapping into our true self, you know? And I suppose authenticity is one of those phrases that is kind of bandied about a lot. And I think people feel like authenticity is all about the more admirable aspects of your character. And it's not. I mean, I've been in therapy for quite a substantial amount of time. And the majority of work that I've had to do is taking ownership of my ego, taking ownership of my shadow side, the darker aspects of myself that I have tried to repress and push down, and that consequently have become even more prevalent and more problematic. And recognizing the coping mechanisms that I've developed, recognizing that I do have aspects of my personality and my character that are shitty enough, that aren't exactly the most favourable in the world, but that everyone else has them, and we tend to have this very binary or dualistic kind of concept of ourselves that we have to be all good or else we're all bad. And nobody is that straightforward. We have all of these facets that make up who we are, and we have to be able to blend all of those, to fuse all of them, to be who we are. And if we try to, I suppose, push one aspect of ourselves down and completely deny its existence, then it is going to become more prevalent. It is going to become more problematic. But by recognizing all of the aspects of ourselves, we allow things to be as they are, and we're more on top of, I suppose, the less attractive aspects of ourselves. We recognize them, we're aware, and we can counteract them compassionately, as opposed to just shying away from them, denying them, or else, kind of having them come up and us not even be aware of it. And I suppose an awful lot of my journey as well, seeing me develop a lot of kind of odd coping mechanisms and idiosyncrasies. And, I have all these bits that I felt for so long were shameful, and I suppose again, it's recognizing that I survived the only way that I knew how. And it's, it's made me quite an eccentric person. And instead of trying to deny those aspects of myself, and I'm just completely honest about it. I'm completely okay with the fact that I can be slightly bonkers, and that I get a lot of things wrong. I make a lot of mistakes, but that's part and parcel of the journey, and it's being kind to yourself in that. It's allowing yourself to be imperfect. It's recognizing that we all do odd things. We all have odd thoughts. We all, kind of are a little bit fucked up in our own way. And it's being okay with that. And the more you're okay with it, the more other people will find it, I suppose, nearly the most attractive aspect of you, because for some reason we've decided that we all need to conform to this idealistic kind of version of man or of woman, and it's so fucking boring. I mean, we all dress the same, we all kind of go for the same jobs, and it's just kind of create your own life, create your own self, be who you are. And that may mean that you go completely off track. It may mean that you stay exactly on the track that you are. Whatever it is that lights you up, whoever it is that lights you up, that's what you need to be doing. that's what you need to be around. And I suppose as long as we are people pleasing, as long as we are trying to maintain perfectionist standards, as long as we are using addictions to deal with deep emotions, as long as we are ashamed of who we are, as long as we are continuously defensive and angry and struggling unnecessarily so, we will never live the life that we are entitled to. And it's like as if we have this idea that we're all going to fucking live forever, and we're not. Life is incredibly short. And I mean, as I said, I have been through the healing process several times over, and each time I find, oh yeah, I'm definitely there, and then I find myself right back at the beginning again. But it's amazing, and it is so beautiful to me, and it enables me to work with other people and to help other people. And so, I kind of see it as this blessing, and I always have this faith, this incredible faith that things are going to be okay, and I think that's definitely something that everyone needs to have in their life, that kind of belief in a higher power, the belief in themselves, the belief in the universe, that things are going to pan out okay, that they can be who they are, and that there will be acceptance for them. Because I mean, every single one of us is a walking miracle. Like, we're just amazing. And I had a shamanic healing session last night, so I'm all a little bit like, whoa, with the universe. But it is just mind blowing how quickly our lives go by, and how much time we spend worrying and in a place of despair, distress, and unhappiness. Life is too short. So if you are struggling, get in touch with me on my website. It's fundamentals.ie.